Life can change in an instant. For many wheelchair users, the struggle to push forward is a daily challenge.
After years of development and countless prototypes, we created Rib Grips, the revolutionary wheelchair hand rim covers with built-in ribs for ultimate grip and comfort.
No more slick surfaces, no more heat burns, just pure, reliable grip. Rib Grips, empowering you to push forward with ease. Rib Grips, get a grip on your freedom. Discover the difference. Visit ribgrips.com and use promo code GRIP today. You just found the perfect product that helps with staying cool during hot summer runs. No more gross warm water. Stay cool with this product from Gear Handle. This hydration tube cover helps keep your water cool and easily accessible. Stay hydrated during those long summer runs or even delay from freezing in the winter. Plus, they're compatible with various brands of water bladders and come in various colors. Visit gearhandle.com and use promo code H2O today.
Caroline, you should tell them about the newest thing that Bloody Happy Hour is doing.
A Patreon.
It's a Patreon. What is that?
That means you're basically like a VIP member, and there's 2 different levels that you can, subscribe to, and you get some perks. You maybe get like merch a little earlier. You get
exclusive merch.
You could get first dibs on signing up for a live show. You get episodes with no commercials.
You get our video because our video is no longer available on YouTube. It is only on Patreon. And the most important to me is you get videos of our live shows. So if you are far away and you couldn't make our last live show, it will be on the website. We're going to record this future live show. It's going to be on Patreon, but also bonus episodes each month. You guys tell us all the time you want more episodes. This is a way for you to get more episodes. So you're going to get our basic Tuesday, Thursdays that we always put out, right? But if you're on a Patreon, you're VIP, you're going to get more.
I can't wait to talk about in detail some more stories because I always have a lot of details I want to go to. I can law-splain. I might read a book.
They just unsubscribed. This is also going to be the exclusive place that Dirty Chat is going to go to. So if that is breaking some of your hearts, just go ahead and subscribe now. In order to hear the full content, it's going to be Patreon. Where do they go again?
Patreon.com/Bloody Happy Hour.
Don't forget to
stay aware,
stay alive,
and always be DTF.
This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
Hey y'all, I'm April.
And I'm Caroline.
And this
is your Bloody Happy Hour.
Caroline, are you ready for this?
This is your newest guilty pleasure.
It's the bloodiest part of your week.
Did we say something about it also being happy hour?
Show did.
Because we about to be sipping on some murder. Bloody Happy Hour.
Hey y'all, this is April.
And this is Caroline.
And she's picking off her nails.
Actually, Dr. Wolf.
Oh, Dr. Wolf today.
Kind of a psychologist.
Okay.
Couple nails left to go. We're going to do this quickie. And
what do we have in the news?
First of all, I don't know how much, we were just talking about Matthew Perry, so I think we'll just start with him. I was today years old and really yesterday when I found out that his stepdad.
I told you that during the episode.
I didn't hear
Dory.
Is Keith Morrison?
Yes.
Like the Dateline Keith Morrison.
Yes.
Maybe I think
the person
maybe
that you want to narrate your life.
Yes, I think maybe I thought you meant like the singer.
No, because you were like my favorite, Keith Morrison.
Oh my gosh, I think I have a tumor.
No, you're Dory.
Okay.
From Nemo.
Yeah. She forgets a lot. Okay, so we said 5 people were arrested, 2 doctors, and well, now 3 of the 5 have pled guilty.
And should.
And they all should. So 1 doctor and the ketamine queen pled not guilty. 1 doctor, a friend, and the assistant pled guilty.
Oh, the assistant did plead guilty.
Yes. Eric. So it's like Eric Fleming was this acquaintance. He was acquaintance. He took a plea deal. The other two also took a plea deal, and it was pleaded guilty to 1 count of conspiracy to distribute ketamine and 1 count of distribution of ketamine resulting in death. But it didn't say like what they would get or whatever. But they did the text messages they found between the doctors. And the 2 doctors found out that he wanted ketamine, and then they were texting back and forth, and one of the texts said, "I wonder how much this moron will pay for it. Let's find out." And they were
ridiculous.
like using code word Dr. Pepper. Did we say that? Yeah. So whenever he was coming up to get his vials, if the doctors weren't there, they instructed the nurses to just be like, just give him, he's coming in to get his stuff, and just give it to him. And he'll text like Matthew and say, "Your Dr. Pepper's ready," or something like that. Like that was their code name for ketamine.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have to use a code name, you know you're doing something wrong.
Yeah. So this drug dealer is this person. The name is Yasveen Sangha.
Okay.
And they're known, I don't even know if it's a guy or girl, they're known as the ketamine queen. So that's...
Where do they work at a veterinarian's office?
This ketamine queen is not guilty. Not guilty. Mm-mm. So like I think they said that he got so many vials from the doctors, he ran out of those. Then his assistant called the friend, and the friend knew the ketamine queen. And that's how they got the additional ones that were injected by the assistant the night that he died.
So the assistant was well aware that he was taken way beyond what he should be taken. Or was she just doing what her boss was telling her to do?
Who's boss?
Assistant Chandler was her boss. Matthew Perry was her boss. Was she just following
I know. Yeah.
And I don't know the story, but I feel like she would be the least guilty, maybe.
I know. Well, at least she pled.
Maybe that's, her own guilt.
The ketamine queen texted the friend of the assistant, Eric Fleming, saying to delete all of our messages. So obviously they knew they're guilty.
Nothing's ever deleted.
Exactly. Yeah, so it said at a press conference on charge. At the press conference it said that they all took advantage of him because they all knew he struggled with addiction. That's what we said, but I don't know. You're the assist. I don't know. What do? You're just gonna keep giving them drugs, and you have to know what you're doing.
I'm all about this DA in that area because he is like, somebody's got to pay. Like Chandler Bing is gone. I'll never get a reboot or anything. Somebody's got to pay.
Attorney Martin Estrada.
Yeah, I remember it was Estrada. I am loving that he is not just like letting this just be swept under the rug, and it really is a Michael Jackson situation all over again.
Yeah. He said the defendants cared more about profiting off of Mr. Perry than caring for his well-being. Drug dealers selling dangerous substances or gambling with other people's lives over greed. This case, along with many other of our prosecutions of drug dealers who cause deaths, send a clear message that we will hold drug dealers accountable for the deaths they cause.
Do it.
Mm-hmm.
Do it.
Let's stay in California, where a woman's body was discovered in the hospital storage a year after she died.
I think I saw this.
So Jesse Peterson's family claimed this. They filed a lawsuit against Mercy San Juan Medical Center after they failed to inform them of the death of Jesse Peterson, which happened in April 2023.
Oh, she died and they didn't even tell the family?
They did not tell the family.
So where they think Jesse was this whole time?
She'd been admitted to the hospital because But the hospital allegedly told her mother that she'd been discharged. Okay, so she was admitted to the hospital. I think she was diabetic. And so she went there. The mom calls up. So the Jessie, the person that goes in the hospital, calls her mom. She's like, oh, I'm going to do this thing. Come pick me up in a couple hours. Well, a couple hours, the mom tries to call her or go pick her up. The hospital says that she's been discharged. And she's like, well, I'm picking her up. Where is she? And they did, let's see, it was. So yeah, they say that they believe that she's missing. They family files a report against the police department or at the sheriff's department. They post notes all over town, missing persons. They talk to the homeless people. They can't find her because the hospital says she's not there. So now they think she's missing. So it said that it wasn't until April 2024 that the Sacramento County Detective's Office notified Jessie's family that she was found deceased at St. Mercy San Juan Hospital.
Oh.
So the mom, it says Peterson's mother, Ginger, spoke to Peterson on the last time she spoke to her was a year before, calling and asking to be picked up from the hospital, just like I said earlier. So she was having a diabetic episode. She was, according to the lawsuit, she was pronounced dead less than 2 hours after calling her mom.
Ugh.
Her body was transferred to a cold storage facility the following day.
Did they forget? Or were they scared?
Mama Ginger was like listed as the next of kin. She's the one that contacted, asked for the daughter's room. They said they had no patient by that name in that room. And then they said that she checked herself out. So when they finally learned about her death, they said she was so decomposed that an open casket funeral was not feasible due to the body's condition. It was impossible to determine whether medical malpractice had taken place.
Yes, it has.
And they say, this is a quote from the hospital. Mercy San Juan Hospital advertises that at our care facilities, we take pride in treating all people with dignity and respect. But in this case, there was no dignity and respect. That's what the lawyer said.
Did they file a missing persons report? Did they think she was missing this whole time?
Yes, they thought she was missing.
You know, some people...
And I don't even know how they ended up, like, did somebody just pull her out? Like, it's
like
out
you're
of
just in
open
the
a
morgue?
drawer?
Yeah.
And you're like, well, who the hell is this? Wouldn't you think that, did they like not, maybe they're going like cleaning out the bodies who haven't been there for so long? How long do you keep a body in the morgue?
I know, and I guess some bodies don't get recovered or don't get picked up.
We need a morgueologist.
Is that what they're called?
Who isn't, if you're a hospital, are they at the hospital that they have the morgues?
Yeah, it's downstairs.
So we need to talk to a hospital morgue worker.
Let me tell you, when somebody dies at the hospital, they want you to immediately, like within that day, you got to have funeral arrangements. My nephew died, and we had to tell them when the funeral was picking them up, like that day. And so you get to see them in the hospital room for a couple more hours. Then they're tagging them and bagging them. If there's an autopsy, they may stay a couple extra days, but then like they got to be picked up by the funeral home, like ASAP. There's no, like, they don't give you time to process. So how that just got looked over, I don't know.
I know.
They need to go back into some records and talk to those doctors, talk to those nurses. That is a lawsuit. And what city are we in?
California.
San Juan. Okay.
Mercy San Juan Hospital.
Yeah. Wow. I'm speechless. Mercy San Juan.
Mercy San
Should
Juan.
have went to Grace Sloan in Seattle.
Yeah, I probably should have. Yeah, that's wild. Okay. Oh, another hospital situation. So do you remember Alexi Treviso?
No. Wait. No.
Okay, she's the one who is accused of smothering her baby in a trash can after giving birth at the hospital.
Yes.
She said she had a stomachache.
In Houston.
She went to the hospital. Shoot, is that where? I don't even know.
Oh.
Is that it? I think it is actually. But she was New Mexico. She's in the hospital bed. She gets up out of the bed, said her stomach hurt, goes into the bathroom.
Oh, that one.
Goes
Yes.
to the leaves it in the trash can of the bathroom.
Yes. Okay.
And then goes back into the room and sits there and just waits.
Yes.
Like nothing ever happened.
Okay, I remember.
And the nurses find it in there because the lady taking the trash out, I guess, came and was
like it's all on video. We saw her go in, go out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she was supposed to have her trial starting like today.
But she's pregnant again.
Oh my gosh, what if she was? It's been delayed / canceled, and I don't know I don't know how you just cancel something. But so all of this was January 2023. She was supposed to go to trial starting August 26th, but it was delayed after an appeal was ruled by, a ruling to throw out evidence gathered by I guess the hospital was ruling this. Was delayed after the 5th Judicial District Attorney's Office appealed a ruling by throwing out evidence gathered by police at the hospital. Okay, so they're saying that the argument is to say that that she confessed, but then they're like, well, they didn't read her her rights.
Oh.
But then they're saying, well, her mom was in the room, so then you don't have to read the rights because it takes away the doctor-patient privilege, and they're arguing about HIPAA rules and violations. And they were saying that there's records showing that she told a doctor at the hospital, this is the girl, I'm sorry, it came out of me. I didn't know what to do. And the prosecutors were arguing that was an admission of guilt to the murder. And then her attorneys come back and they say that that's a violation of HIPAA to say those things. I don't know. It's a whole bunch of law stuff happening.
Gosh.
And yeah, they said that since her mom was a third party, they're saying that the statements that she made voluntarily while she was not under arrest, she was not under any pressure by police. And they also said that since her mother was there, it removed the doctor-patient privilege. So they're supposed to have some other ruling, another hearing on this issue, which is actually scheduled for today, but they have to for sure decide by September 26th, I think it is. So that would just be crazy if, I don't know, you have a baby, it dies, you murder the baby.
Yeah, I mean, you
then
you killed it.
Kind of admit to it, and then you can get that all thrown out
because
of technical, what? How is that even?
Nothing surprises me.
I know. And what's the other one?
And what's the baby? The baby died, but did they say it was alive when it was born? We didn't know.
I think so. I mean, it was I'm pretty sure it was a full. I mean, she just delivered it. Yeah.
Girl.
And then, do you know anything about the Adelson? Charlie Adelson, Donna Adelson, any of the Adelson, Markel? It's the... Okay, it's kind of been going on for about 10 years, but this Donna Adelson is who is about to go on trial. So I'm going to just do a brief summary and eventually I'll cover the case, but this is kind of what's happening now. So listen closely, because Donna Adelson is being charged with conspiracy in the murder of her ex-son-in-law, so her daughter's husband, ex-husband, father of her grandchildren, so they have 2 kids. And Donna's son, Charlie, has already been convicted, and he worked with the middlemen to arrange the killing of Dan Markel, who is and the intermediaries, so the hired gunman and the middleman have also been prosecuted, and one of them pled guilty and another one of them was convicted. So this is kind of where we are in that's been going on for 8 years. And now Donna is accused of conspiring with her son to kill her daughter's ex-husband, who was going through a very contentious divorce at the time.
Because she didn't want him to get the grandkids?
Yes.
Always. These dedicated grandmas.
These were issues. Yes. So there are issues over where the kids would live. The Adelsons wanted the kids to live closer to Miami. And Dan, the father and the victim, wanted them to stay in Tallahassee, where they currently lived, all as a family. This became a huge, and he is a lawyer. He's an attorney. He's a professor. He was a law professor. So one
son-in-law?
Dan Markell, great guy, law professor. And one of the guys I watch on YouTube who does law stuff, he actually took a class from him. So it's kind of like,
oh my goodness.
And they're all in Florida. So yeah, the kids thing became a huge issue. Obviously, it's never the best when family tries to conspire to murder your ex-spouse.
But the mama wasn't in on it.
So Wendy, who's the ex-wife,
okay,
she is ex-wife and mother of the children. She has not been prosecuted, might have a deal of some sort. We don't know. The husband of Donna has not been prosecuted or convicted, and we'll see if anything happens with that. But these prosecutions, they keep going. I guess as they keep going, the people who were earlier prosecuted are now coming forward and like spilling all the tea about what everybody was doing. So Donna is getting ready to go to trial in September. And there's been, just this week, she has made a motion to dismiss the case, to use this certain like jury questionnaire that's not normal to use, to exclude her travel from the discussion in the trial, which was when she tried to flee the country a few days after her son was convicted and try to go to Vietnam, a place where there's no extradition. Oh. And also she bought a one-way ticket. She's trying to keep that out of the trial, and she's trying to move to a smaller courtroom.
Hey, that's not an important part of the case.
She was
just going on vacation.
She was just going there, and she didn't know when she was coming back.
No, why waste money on a round trip?
So Charlie and Wendy are brother, sister. And it's like Mama and Charlie, who are son and that's his son, Mama's boy, I guess. They were so obsessed with this Dan Markell. And so then that's how a person who Charlie dated knew these guys. So she sent the guys over to do the hit. They killed him. And then they ended up tracing those guys back to the girlfriend, back to Charlie. And then they did this whole sting operation, like this whole, they called it the bump, where they were like confronting Donna, the mom, and like giving her a car. Like they're basically, it's like a whole movie. This needs to be a movie because it's like.
It probably will be.
Yeah. So anyways, Wendy has not been, that's the mom, the sister, whatever. She has not been prosecuted or anything yet, but either she will be or we don't know.
What's going to happen is these kids.
Because by the way, the murder of this was July 2014.
Oh, why is it taking so long?
I don't, it's just, I didn't even know about it until this Charlie Adelson trial came up.
Meanwhile, these kids are about to have nobody. When you're worried about them living in two separate households, they're about to have nobody. Or they're about to be in Miami full time with his family.
Well,
because your family's crazy.
Yeah.
With the people that killed his family.
Yes.
Oh man, stupid.
Yep. So that is all, I believe.
I saw you posted something about Scotty Peterson.
Oh gosh. Okay, so the latest that I've heard is, so like we talked about there being the burglary.
Yeah.
And so they're going to try to say, well, maybe it was those burglars who did it. Well, another theory I heard was that Lacey was at home and she like heard the burglary or found out about the burglaries and tried to go stop it. And when she went to try to stop it is when they took her. And then I guess they just magically went to the same exact location where Scott Peterson was just on his boat an hour away. And also, Since when is an 8-month pregnant woman gonna go try to stop a robbery?
Uh-huh.
And who even wants to kidnap a pregnant woman?
Well, they were saying that she was walking her dog because and probably saw it, so she might have been a witness. So they had to get rid of the witness. Remember, the dog was in the backyard with the leash on. And no Lacey to be found. Here's he did
I
it,
think
but now there's reason to create reasonable doubt with the jury.
His parents are on his side.
Yes.
But I think his sister is not. Like,
No.
she wrote a book against him.
Oh.
Right?
No, I don't know, because
You know
there's
what?
a documentary on
HBO.
right now on Max, and I started and I fell asleep within 15 minutes, but the sister is telling the story, and I thought she was thinks her brother's innocent.
I
don't know,
watched
I
it.
fell asleep.
I watched it. I watched 3 episodes. Is it a new episode comes out? Because I was like, that's it? Are there more?
No, I think it's just a couple. Because it came out the same. There's a story about Lacey Peterson coming out, American Murder on Netflix, but then Max, same time,
I forgot what
there's the trials of Scott Peterson.
Oh, I think
And
I watched the Netflix
sister.
one. Oh, okay. I got to watch the other one now.
So sister is putting something out, so I have to sit down and watch it. I just wasn't feeling good and I fell asleep. But they're coming out at the same time, and they're really going to create reasonable doubt, because it's kind of telling his side of the story and what their whole family thinks.
Well, why
and then you got Lacey's side coming out at the same time.
They didn't have. Was there not a trial?
There was a trial, but that's the whole thing, is so much stuff was allegedly left out of the trial.
Well, who were his attorneys? Were they trash?
The other people didn't give this information. So the people who
they're saying that they
withheld.
Okay.
Which could be a good reason to get another trial.
Well, like I said, I wouldn't be mad about it.
I don't think they'd let them out, but okay, and that's it.
That's it.
We will see y'all Thursday for a new episode, and as promised, we are going to Canada, eh?
Oh, eh?
Yes.
Good day. Great.
Well, let's go to Ontario.
Yeah, we'll say it.
All right. Don't forget to
Stay aware.
stay alive.
And always be DTF.
Goodbye, y'all.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.
Are you a podcaster? Let's talk podcast hosting. Are you tired of your current podcast host? Need real support in a community that gets it? At Rogue Media Network, we offer top-tier podcast hosting services to help you thrive. From hosting and distribution to dedicated support, we've got you covered. Starting as low as $25 a month. Join our community of passionate podcasters today. Contact us at hello@roguemedianetwork.com.